IKhanWhisper here, back with some more Crusader Kings 3 as Ukraine. So, I'm still continuing with adding this audio narration, I guess, track afterwards. Since that audio was lost for this recording and one more. But anyway, we have our sights set on subjugating this kingdom to our southeast, which we've been gathering troops up for, and we finally have the renown for, so we're pretty ready to go. We just gotta be careful that we don't get raided by other kingdoms that seek to take advantage of us. Dedicating all our forces is kind of a dangerous region where it's not like Western Europe where most people are feudal. Pretty much everybody's tribal out here, so they have access to raiding. So just letting that build up. It'd be nice to have like 3K, but as you see, it's going up like 21 a month, so it's kind of a long process. We still have a couple truces with people, so at least we won't get backstabbed by them, and I don't think Hallich, however you pronounce that, has attacked us ever. So I think that was -75 last time. We've been using that scheme to try to sway his opinion. It's down to -10, so it's getting there. I'm interested to see how it will work. And those are a couple of his buddies up there that usually get pulled into war with him. But none of them have too big of armies where, we're really at too big of a risk. But, yeah, just in the meantime, scoping out if there's anyone that we can, easily raid. They still have almost 6K troops, so obviously Khazaria is a threat. Honestly, you'd think they'd have more for that, but maybe something about how they work leads to small levy sizes. So I'm looking at seeing if we could have a marriage for... They don't have a good match for my son, but we just had a daughter who's probably still 0 at this point, yes. So we can see if there's anyone, and he has a 3-year-old son, so that could be a very good betrothal opportunity for us and solidify that alliance with our friend. And he'd even accept a matrilineal marriage because we're best friends and we're a little bit stronger than them. So, but yeah, that is a very good deal. So, we'll be allies with Moldavia. I thought he was a little bigger than that, but I forget what size he started out as. But yeah, we'll have that and get ourselves an ally. Having an ally right there would be awesome. He's perfectly positioned to help us roll in there and subjugate that and expand our territory. So yeah, that's the size that I remember him being. He's like that entire region of Moldova or whatever. So here we go. The time has finally come to launch our subjugation war. We have just enough. Alright. We got 2,900, that's close, but now we got the allies, so should have this on lock. Got a prisoner here that I forgot about, but let's just get him out of here. Get that 10 gold. But yeah, we're gonna have to spend 150 and go negative, but it'll definitely be worth it to have his help I don't know. Is that the right? You say propagating a war? There's some expression like that, right? But yeah, that was lucky that we had that daughter and he had a young son, so it wasn't a creepy age difference or anything to help us out here. So let's try to split our forces in half here and start making some progress on 2 cities. So one of our good friends here, High Chieftain Matislav, was like, of course my friend, let's get in here. But he has 1,800, so I gotta combine my forces because he would beat either of them on their own. But luckily our allies' forces are bigger than his as well, so we're in pretty good shape. Our brother Earl Ragnar was slain in battle somewhere. Gives us a little bit of stress there. I gotta be careful because I'm always tempted to leave besiegers and then try to move on, and somehow they outposition us and they move like across 3 territories, and the time it takes my guys to try to leave their besieging and they get caught out. So that's never good. But let's see here. I remember we have kind of a lot of awkward positioning here where I'd like to engage them, but I'd like my allies to be there, and gives us a little bit of the run around here. He's trying to strike at our capital all of a sudden. And we're gonna go chase him off. And then he gets scared, starts fleeing eastward. He's trying to come back down there through that crossing. I probably should have let him do it, honestly. Probably been easier to head him off there. We have ecstatic peasantry in Zhytomyr. Zhytomyr, I don't know. Yeah, let's just be chill about it and accept their gift. Nice little 15 gold. So we're gonna leave some besiegers, and we stealth enough to kind of position ourselves to chase them off. It'd be nice if our allies came to help, but looks like they're pretty excited about besieging those territories. And there's some raiders coming there, so I'm gonna give up on that siege because I know they're coming for us. And we got another. We'll just leave him be cynical because we got war stuff to focus on here. And yeah, there's just no way I'm gonna get across the empire to fight that one. Takes quite a long time. So they were spared. It only cost us 35 renown, but it stinks. I'd like to chase him back there, but he's just gonna get back to his capital and then disappear. So since that's not an option, I thought we would just put a stop to this other army out here, just prevent causing trouble. Sometimes the AI, if you set a path that's like through them, kind of like freaks out. But they usually settle down on defensible locations, but a lot of times it would be smarter for them to try and run than to, make a last stand all the way up here north in our territory. Let's see, we got Patriarch now. That's good. That, more fertility, better stress loss, and people like us more, so not too essential, but every little bit helps, right? And stress loss can be very important, because it's easy in this game, I feel like, to go from having 0 and then just a bunch of important life events happen all at once, right? So, you can go from 1 to 100 really quickly, and that's just how life is sometimes. Halfdan comes of age, so he could marry. He's an intricate web weaver, which I probably need to get better at scheming. I'm sure there's a lot you can do with that, but I'm not much of a subtle schemer, an intricate web weaver. I am not. So this would be like a really good match, it looks like, with Novgorod. They're both Russian. She has the intelligent perk, which would be her trait. But they're related. She's Viking stock, apparently. So that would not be good. But that would have been a great alliance, right? 4,500 troops in that alliance, plus a good congenital trait. So, and you can marry into the Northman army for some reason, but I don't think they really have land, or it doesn't calculate their troops. I think they're one of those military orders or something. So it doesn't make sense to marry into that. But yeah, Novgorod would have been solid. Minsk would be kind of cool, I think, but Minsk seems to always find itself in trouble. It's just kind of central, and everybody takes a little bite out of it. So I spent a little bit time here looking around, but I didn't really find any good matches that quickly, and it can be useful to marry different cultures and religions and languages in this game, but they don't, obviously they don't like you as much if you don't share those things and value those things the same. But the big one is if you don't speak the same language, that obviously presents a lot of challenges, so that's understandable. But just trying to position our forces here. We took one city there. I turned up the speed a bit, and he starts trying to pick on our ally, and I'm like, alright, let's put a stop to this. So that's that dude that we're trying to sway to be our vassal. He's actually positive now, and let's go ahead and take that 77% chance, and ended up doing well there, so increased his opinion. I think we got 77 renown. He's trying to make a run for it to the forest, but we have the numbers now. We're moving on, taking more territory. High Chief Disif is pregnant again. The Patriarch perk is that extra fertility is doing the trick, I guess. So let's try to head him off before he can get back and hit that capital, or if we can catch him out in the open, that works too. Oh, the wife is us. That gives us a health boost. And crush his army. Let's move in and try to take the capital. The army's pretty tiny now, but they could cause trouble for our guys in the top left. So there was a war here. It looks like Halych took, I think, a city away from, was that Jervin? Yeah. And our cousin died in battle. Forget where that was. Probably in Viking land somewhere. Okay, so they're going over there. They could have caused some trouble for our 543 army. And I'm moving in to help that. But it looks like they don't need it. And we have another son. Ragneda Elixir or something like that. Oh, a little raider. I didn't notice that before, but they snuck in to get a little piece. And there we go, 100%. And a couple people we could ransom for 100 gold there. And let's give it a second. Let's see. And 25. So an easy 125 by swooping in and taking that capital. But let's get a favor on this one because it might be useful. That dude's, because we're subjugating him in this war, will become our vassal. Alright, there we go. And we just easily doubled our kingdom right there. Did have to go into the negative renown, but definitely gonna bounce back. Got two powerful vassals out of it, which is a little bit unfortunate. It bumped two of our current guys down, and they have really good stats, so I would prefer them. A thing I have done in the past that you can do is you can demand conversion, and they're probably not going to accept that usually. So if you force it, you can try to jail them, and they'll resist that, and then you can just fight them and take their title usually. Because it gives you like an excuse to try to jail them. But not gonna do that now. Not just yet. And we can't revoke their title yet. We're still missing, yeah, quite a bit. Since we're negative. But as soon as you have the resources, you should generally be moving in that direction to keep increasing your authority power. Yeah, I'm still looking at that like, dang. And then, yeah, the inbreeding trait is, if they get it, it's a chance, is just crazy bad. Just negative stats across the board. So, Hungary would be a tempting ally here. But there is, as I said before, there's that language and culture and religion barrier, which can't be overcome. You can convert cultures and religions one way or the other, or you can focus. Takes a few years, but you can learn a language. So Hungary's pretty big. That could be a tempting nearby ally, but these are it says they're Magyar, but a little bit below that says Magyar, which that's the spelling I'm most used to. But they're like Asiatic steppe people that settled in Hungary around this time period. It's interesting that she has like I don't know, light brown or some kind of maybe reddish hair. But, so that would be a solid option. Let's disband our army. And we'll come back to that later. And we get this nice leftover from our Viking roots. We can raise a runestone after a big successful campaign, and once, I think it's at every 10 years. So, that's a big victory. We can praise it and put it in one of the cities that we directly own. So, it would have been cool to put it down in Kherson or something. But, we can do it in one of the 3 spots that we have here. So, Zaslavl, Terabavl, and Turov. But, yeah, the perks are great. 250 piety and 300 renown. 350 for like 50 gold. It's like, I think that's what it was. But, yeah, that's crazy worth it for a tribal era kingdom. So I'm trying to figure out what we can do with these guys, because the guys we have are way better. Like one of those dudes, not very good at anything. I think it's the Kherson guy. And the other guy, he's pretty solid. He has some 12s and maybe a 13, but that would be a step down from what we have right now. So we got that dude up to plus 34, so that's coming away. So it's going pretty well. And just keeping an eye on our neighbors. Still can't go on a hunt or feast for a couple years, but a feast would be good right now to, make our vassals like us better. And a faction just got created against us. Doesn't have too much power yet, but there's 2 people in there. And very understandably, that main guy does not like us that we subjugated. So we got a sizable amount of raiders coming in, trying to hit Kherson, and we will not let Kherson fall here. We're going to take it back here. So, we'll get some troops on board, and I'm going to try and sway that dude that we just conquered, because it'd be good to not have a civil war after taking this. We still got a little bit of Jarl Deer's host, but only 415 left. So, just making sure those aren't raiders. One is, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So I'm going to do this trick again where I'm going to raise my troops on the way that they would try to flee. Although there is a land bridge right there at Kherson, unfortunately, leading to Crimea. Okay, just making sure that army went away. So they did complete the raid, but they're not gonna get away with it. Caught up with them. And, look, our position got better. Got 30 gold back and 15 renown, so kick them out there and let's escort them right to the border where they live. Get them out of here. So, our guy gets temperate. Temperate's pretty good. Health boost. Stewardship boost. Take that. Still got that unmarried heir. Novgorod's not an option. Hungary, definitely up there as an option. They're all a lot younger than him then, though. I don't know, I think I'm saying something about the culture that I've already said here, where it'd be nice to find someone nearby sharing the same stuff, so it would more easily be a close close ally with us. So I'm just gonna take a look through there. So Polabia is Poland. So same religion, different culture, so that's not too bad of an option. You can see that those characters already have a more positive view. So like plus 36 instead of negative 47, for example. But this is our player heir, so we want to get a solid match that will have some useful skills and bring a lot to the table. So it's not just a random one we're marrying off. My wife had friendly exchanges with my cousin somehow in Sweden. Not off Sigurder. Interesting. Yeah, Khazaria is still strong. You'd think they'd have way more troops, but yeah, it must be. They're tribal, so I don't know why they have so little. But yeah, because we probably have like 4K at full strength now. Alright, so I'm going to start working towards August here. I think it has some better perks for us. Especially when you get down into the plus prestige. For a tribal, that's big. So prestige per night plus 2%, that's a lot. And then plus 5% per vassal, powerful vassal, on the council. Also really big. So I'm gonna boost sway just since I'm trying to sway some people right now. Yeah, 10 years on the runestone. But dang, that's a really nice little thing there. You could work on uniting the Slavs, but that's quite an endeavor. Look at Slavia outlined in white there. It's like pretty much all of Eastern Europe. It's quite large. Bulgaria, a third of Bulgaria, Hungary, big chunk of Ukraine over into like Russia and Prussia and what is going on in Germany? Look at that. I haven't looked over there, but it looked like Italy owns the biggest piece of Germany. That's weird. Craziness going on over there. Something different happens every time in this game, I swear. Which is cool. I love the replayability. So that guy's getting closer to wanting a vassalage. So we're gonna win that guy over yet. I forget what it takes to just get the option to be an ally. I think that might just be if you're family members already. You can get an alliance with them, but otherwise you just have to do it through marriage. Which I kind of wish there was more of a diplomatic way to go about it. Since that could be kind of flimsy. Somebody dies and just lose that ally. So I'm kind of taking another look if I can shuffle things around here to get them in, but they're just not good enough to slot in there right just yet. But, that dude's pretty skilled. I'll give him that, but he's coming across people with 17s and 19s and 15s and 22s, so he has some tough competition. So I'm just gonna kind of let that simmer right now. Just still kind of passive passively looking for heirs here. That one's inferior. But, yeah, we've looked at those ones. But we'll come back to that. There's no rush, really. Yeah. Because our king's still pretty young. We have heirs. We have primary heir, backup couple heirs. And primary heir just became of age recently, so not too bad. I'm always keeping an eye on that eastern border down that river. Let's see, we're good. We got those 3 duchies now. Only half of the requirement to the 30 provinces, but not sure how you gain 30 provinces without getting a single duchy. That's kind of wild. Or getting 3 duchies. That would be a weird shaped kingdom. I guess if you just want to make your own kingdom. Look, we can conquer the duchy. Get all of Volodymyr real quick. And he was raiding us. He's not a good dude anyway, so let's just wipe him off the map real quick. See, we have some time. We won't have a civil war in our hands. They need to gain a lot of strength and then do the ultimatum, and then I think you have X amount of months, like maybe 7 or something, I don't know. So let's put a new rally point and get rid of that old one. If you don't get rid of the old one, you do raise all. It'll, split them between all your rally points, and that would be a disaster. Alright, I forgot to look at the allies again, so we're getting Pinsk pulled in with an extra 1K troops, so we're still fine. But things just got a little bit more interesting, I would say. Trying to engage them. They're defending on a wetlands, but we vastly outnumber them and have a really good commander, so not too worried there. Got a new faction against us. I think it's just a civilian one, a peasant uprising or something. However they want to say it, yeah, from there. So, we'll reassign our guy there for 2 years, take that over. And we defeated their army. So now we just gotta take their capital. And very quickly the marshal impressed our vassal, so it made that guy like us more. And gained 30 opinion of us and 75 renown. So that was a very nice quick win. That guy's positive impression of me now, which is cool. So I'm hoping that lessens their power. I'm going to start a scheme against him, try to build that up a little bit more. So that guy, Pinsk, just runs into us. Not sure why. But that was very easy. I don't know why I take another look at this. I know they're still not good enough to put on the council, but yeah, beat that Pinsk army, destroyed it completely, and captured somebody. A couple guys here has 12 prowess and 6, so yeah, 12 is pretty decent for a knight, and 6, well, don't really might need either of them, maybe, but yeah, why not? They're okay with us, opinion-wise, so don't seem overly loyal. Let's see if we can catch them. Got him there. I think Lev was wounded in this battle. Under the stone pine, in the scorching midday heat, they sit in the shadow under a great stone pine, playing on lutes and flutes. They sing in many tongues, yet my heart can understand every word. I can hear them from my balcony, and they stir my soul. Yet I do not know the identity of these musicians, and when I leave my lofty halls and approach the tree, they are gone. Are they sent from Viraj? Are they phantoms devised by Chernobog to ensnare me? Perhaps not. But what am I to do with these damned feelings? It's such a weird thing here, but this might be one of the new things too from that new DLC. So we have a lot of money. I'm gonna go ahead and get that prestige and courtier and guest opinion, I believe. You could chop down the great pine. Everyone would hate that, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that boost. So I won that, and I need to start solidifying this into some gains here. And let's see. So I'm gonna start marching there, try to defeat that smaller army. I've left a garrison there of 498 to continue the siege. And look, this guy offers his vassalage. So that plan from earlier paid off right here. So we just kind of wined and dined him and charmed him. And got him to come into the fold here. And I realize now that we should have a seneschal. We're making enough money, and one of our guys is actually good at it, so that will boost opinion and, most importantly, the monthly control. But here, Defenders of the Rod just popped up, or Defenders of Rod. So we finally checked off all the boxes. I think I recently became a devoted servant, and yeah, it gives you a special building called the Hall of Heroes, and the fervor of the religion goes up by 25. You gain Defender of the Faith, which is a cool little bonus there. Prowess and Same Faith Opinion. That'll be good for consolidating people more, vassals. And get Holy Warrior. So it's pretty cool. It's only 100 gold, so why would we not do that, right? So I didn't know this, but Kiev is actually one of the holy sites. That's pretty cool. That we have one already under our control. That's our ally, and we're missing out on that one. I would give us more prowess and heavy infantry bonus, but I think you get all of these bonuses as long as that's contained by your faith that's owned by it, that holy site. So I thought that ally was like the same thing, and he is Russian and Slavyanskan, but I guess he must have recently took that or something and hasn't converted it to the religion yet, so we're losing out on that bonus, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, fortify the holy site. That's pretty cool. I haven't had that pop up before. Under my leadership, the clans have united to raise a great war hall in Kiev. Within its thick stone walls, we prepare for war. For generations, foreign scavengers have had their eyes on our lands. Let them come, I say. Let them test test their might against our brave Ukrainian heroes. Let their blood soak into the earth and color the rivers red. I'm just gonna replace Ukrainian because that's who we're playing right now. And but you know, it's at Slovianskin in game. See, we get the title, the Defender of Rod. So that's pretty cool. I don't see the Holy Warrior trait. I was wondering if our dudes would have it. And this guy just barely escapes here, and there's very nearly a catastrophe. And look, they summoned an army of 741 out of nowhere there. And what's very bad is this army gets caught out, and it's actually us leading it, our faction leader. So that could have been very bad if he had been captured. But as luck would have it, we didn't. But he must have done some kind of Frangian expedition or hired a mercenary. But look, he's really dug in as elite troops there now, so it was actually not a good chance of winning. So that was unfortunate. So him doing that kind of put us on the back footing a little bit there. And I'm going to start recruiting again, trying to build up, but it's a slow process. And he's trying to go on the offensive. I'm still gathering the army here. Didn't realize it would take so long, and Pinsk is building up, so it's getting a little bit sketchier now. And we need supplies too. And also it popped up that our wife was pregnant again. But yeah, we can't move until it finishes gathering. Probably wasn't worth getting that extra like 70 dudes or whatever. Try to split the forces up a little bit to regain some supplies so we don't run out. But I decided to go ahead and spend the money and get our ally into the war. So this dude did do a faction against us, and I'm gonna go ahead and pardon him instead of using that thing we have against him. Just to increase his opinion. And our brother was killed in battle. That's a little bit more stress on us. Can't do that until a little bit later this year, but we're getting close to dropping that stress. So yeah, they're up to 1,700 guarding their capital now, and actually replenishing pretty quickly. So we're gonna need that ally in here deal with this. But yeah, you got some kind of either a massive mercenary army or some kind of, you can do like a Varangian quest or something as a Viking-y faction, which I'm pretty sure he's Russian, so that probably rules that out. But I know that's one way. They have the option to move homeland, and they get a huge army to do it, which is pretty fun. That's a cool way to play the game. But now with our ally, we can push back here. We shouldn't have needed it, but yeah, he hired some kind of 700 strong army. And here we go. When the midwife finally exits the birth chamber with a softly crying bundle in her arms, relief washes over me. Then I see the look on her face. And yeah, the wife, High Chiefess Sif, didn't make it. So she's died, giving birth to David, I guess push our faction leader over the edge with stress, which is lucky. You think it would hit a little bit harder, just because of the nature of it, and because it was the best friend too. But we lucked out there. I think we have some traits that reduce stress and stuff, so I think we lucked out there. So we're gonna wait until we take this one just to solidify that, and then strike back at their capital. Just taking a look in the meantime here. Ideally, I'd want someone with more stewardship, but we'll worry about that later. Okay, got some more prestige bonus there, which is nice. And we're going in with our allies. See, even though I have the numbers, they hired some kind of expert force where they still had the advantage. And see, they're real sneaky too, because it takes long to march from this one southern province, and they can get 2 provinces around us in that time. So I'm going to leave a garrison there and then go down with the allies to fight this, because we'll have the numbers. But yeah, they hired something tough. Here we go. Yeah, we got the numbers though. They did have heavy infantry and they countered ours. That was a secret. Lev has an extramarital affair with his lover Zabava, who's his court physician, and we're just gonna back him up. You know, I don't know, we need him right now. We're in the middle of a war. He has the highest, he had a kid with Zabava too. I guess that's how it came out. It looks like it was 19. I think he's wounded right now a little bit, so might have dropped it down, but he's still the top. So we'll back him up. Yeah, I'm just reading all the... Sometimes you can overlook something in all these long lists of pros and cons of the outcome, and then something really unexpected happens, so you gotta look at them close. I remember playing one faction and I think he had max stress or something. I didn't read it too closely, one of the options, and then he just changed religions completely and just threw off the whole game. So I'm trying to protect this dude. Luckily I didn't have to end the siege because they saw my reinforcement army coming in. But we're sitting at 98%. And okay, our chancellor died. I think he was not a powerful vassal, so we have a chance to shuffle things around a little bit to get one of these guys on the council. And I mean, this dude's the dude that we took things over from, and he's probably the most influential of that little uprising group, and he has the best stats, so we'll try to get him in somewhere. And I'm not sure why I thought this was the best idea. I think I thought this guy had more points into this and not 4, but I moved him over temporarily and put him in. I'm gonna send him up to start promoting culture, but it's definitely an uphill battle on religion and culture. See, I just try it. There's a low chance on these. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I did it later. I definitely looked sons comes of age. Our allies winning that battle up there for us, and we're sitting very close to victory. Just gotta capture this capital, and we'll be in good shape. Lev's working overtime down here, increasing control. Alright, there we go. And we took a prisoner worth 10 gold. I'm not gonna complain about 10 gold, we just gotta wait a second for them to accept that. And then let's end this war. Got a nice 2 more cities, and looking like a nice little contiguous country there, huh? They have 6,600, so they got stronger as well, unfortunately. We're not even like rivals or at war with them, but that's obviously our primary threat. But we're gonna stop here, so leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.